Hello YouTube, Wise FIFA here, coming at you today with the third episode of my black and blue squads. Today it's a nice little 4-3-3 false 9 formation featuring a couple boss pace players and a cheeky little legend. And so I'm going to change up the sequence of how I do this series, and so what I'm going to do is actually do the individual player review first, and then in the gameplay I'll talk about the squad as a whole. So without further ado, let's get into this. And so the first player is this Inform Mane. He goes from around 18 to 23k. And his key stats is the fact that he not only has 95 pace, but he's got 89 shot power, which helps him out tremendously. And his dribbling is also solid. We'll move on to Miyachi. You can pick him up for around 10k, another 95 pace beast. But his dribbling is also impeccable, especially when you couple it with the 99 agility that he has. Now we get into Zola. You can pick him up around for 170 to 150k. He's my favorite legend. He's a little budget legend, and all his stats are key stats, so I don't even need to really go into it rather than that. So we got a little filler on the page now, but this midfield did wonders for me. You'll see some sweet goals from Jones and Kagawa. They really put in work. Definitely recommend them. And Topal's just a solid anchor in defense. So those two wingers, both 95 pace, the reasons that I wanted to do this squad, they were in the same team of the week. And I thought, might as well get him in a squad together, and had to put a little cheeky legend in there. And I was really excited for that to be Zola to get the hybrid working. So we're about to move on to the next card. It's this Team of the Season Codger. He goes from around 18 to 20k. He's got 89 strength, 89 interceptions, 90 marking, and 90 stand tackle, which make him an ideal defender. Definitely recommend. We'll move on to Team of the Season Aziz. He goes for around 20 to 23k. He might be a little cheaper now, but his 82 pace makes him attractive. But other than that, he doesn't really do it for me. I would say get other players for less, especially because he gets lost and is fragile. Now we can move on to the last player. This Team of the Season Lukic. He's a bronze Team of the Season goalkeeper that has all 70 or above, and you can see that on the screen there, and that makes him ideal as a keeper. He also has, if you have a little OCD, all stats ending in 70 or 0 or 5, so that's perfect for you. And he goes for around 3.5 to 5 to 7k. So we get the first goal coming up here. Nice little inner working play, but you'll see Jermaine Jones with a step down, and he hits just an absolute beauty into the top corner. He really showed up for me in this series / episode. Definitely recommend him. He's got that new international man of the match. Might have to try it out. But here we go. Little Miyachi, hit him with another little quick little nutmeg. This guy's doing a little crazy shit, but still, that little heel-to-heel click past the goalie, you can't take anything past him. He's a great, quick little player, and I felt really confident taking on players with the two wingers with that 95 pace. And then here you go again. Miyachi following his shot, extremely important in all sports that require something like that, such as basketball. I love basketball. I had to get that little reference in there. But you see Sinji coming in there with the little step down and puts that in the top corner, and we were scoring some beauty goals this game. And so right here you also see Zola's little goal. Got to give him a shout out. He's my favorite legend. I haven't tried out too many legends, but you should definitely try out Zola if you have the coins, especially late in FIFA and you want to try out a legend. He is ideal for a striker, a center forward, or a center attacking mid. He does all of those jobs well. I wouldn't play him as a solitary striker, though. He would work really well if you're playing a big man up top. So a little quick and a little big, he would definitely work well with that. But as a whole, the squad was really solid. We get a nice goal, and that was the only goal of that game. But we're making a little cup run in the gold squad, and a gold cup, I should say. My bad. And this team, I always felt confident with them after I had played a couple games. It takes a couple games to get used to them, but then you get the feel for them, and you see that nice little play there from Miyachi in to Kagawa, and he's always going to finish that. And the supporting players on this team I thought were going to be the weak links. However, they actually held their weight really well. I would have to say the weakest link in the squad was the Team of the Season Aziz. So if you could find someone else, definitely go ahead. But Kagawa was putting in work, and so were Jones. Those step downs from the top of the box were just lethal, especially because my wingers and Zola were causing so much trouble down those wings and in the center. Those guys were left open. The defenders were trying to overcommit. And so you could really open up a lot of space for a solid midfield if you want to even beef up the midfield with other special cards or legends. And we're in the final here, and that was a really reliable goal from Zola. And I wanted to emphasize the point that this team we came up against was a really solid squad. There was plenty of Team of the Seasons and high-rated goals, and I wanted to show that this team could hang with the best of them. They're definitely a solid team. I said it before, might take a couple of games to get used to, but once you find that little niche with them, they're going to click. They provide some really fun goals, really fun players to use in this nice little hybrid. Hopefully you enjoyed that little Japanese MLS, Turk League, those off leagues. I wanted to demonstrate that with these team of the season cards and special cards, those leagues can be viable options to have a really competitive squad. I'm really glad EA do that, and I'm glad they're expanding it a little because everybody enjoys more blue cards, especially they look nice and those stat upgrades are always nice. And so continue the support for this. It's in the playlist. Go check out the last ones. Go check out my trading series on my channel too. We get the nice little cup win, so leave a like and subscribe for that. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Those links will be in the description. And remember, stay wise.